off of an enormous announcement last week of a nice size funding round from the DoD. We're talking about federal health innovation and federal health funding just a few moments ago with Joseph Conrad. Well, here is reality speaking as someone who's recently won a big grant from the DoD for a revolutionary device that's been HITLAB tested and verified. And we did a study on sauna going back to 2019 and found that it was extraordinary in helping get people to REM sleep faster than a sham device. So, Richard, coming on this big news, and I know it's the end of the day, the end of the session, but appreciate your time today. For people that don't know who sauna and what sauna is, they certainly should, since most of them are digital health advocates and scientists and startups and whatnot. Give people a 1-minute thumbnail on what sauna is.
Certainly, and thank you, Sam. Really appreciate being here, and thank you for bringing me on at the end of the day. Very glad to be a note of optimism at the end. This is the sauna device. It is an audio-visual neuromodulation. So someone turns on pulses light at the eyes and sound into the ears and generates changes in the brain akin to transcranial magnetic stimulation. I would say better than most of the electrical ways of stimulating the brain. In the audio-visual realm, we also have people like Cognito Therapeutics as well. So we're a new area that's coming along.
That's fantastic. And again, I hope you just met Joseph Conrad from the NIH and just talking about all the funding opportunities that they offer. But if you could tell everyone about the announcement that just came out on your site last week about the DoD funding.
Yes, thank you. So the DoD, so CDMRP, so congressional related funds on things related to mental health, largely go through the DoD. And in our case, it's military operational medicine. And for us, it is PTSD, adjustment disorder, and pain and sleep in medical personnel. But the PTSD was the big one from last week, where the DoD funded the pilot study that was run at the VA at the Medical University of South Carolina. That pilot study produced really good data that showed us better than any existing drug in the category, and alongside other standards of care. And now they're funding the pivotal trial to the tune of $3.4 million. The largest problem in one of the largest bottlenecks in healthcare overall is the lack of mental health providers for the mental health problems that are currently existing. Take Israel as a particular microcosm right now. They have almost 1 in 4 people with PTSD, and they have 1 mental health practitioner for every 10,000 members of the population. The US is roughly the same ratio on mental health practitioners to available population. But obviously you can see how those numbers don't add up, and therefore technology has to fill in the difference. And where we're the difference is ideally, so basically what happens with nearly all 90+% of all psychiatric drugs get delivered at primary care. So you go into your prime physician, you say you have a problem, they give you a drug. Those drugs aren't working well. So we need technology solutions that can be delivered at primary care for both things like PTSD and anxiety, depression, the entire area. And so technology, if it's going to make a really big impact in the mental health space, really has to work out how do we work with primary physicians. And that is what the DoD money is for us. It is, can a primary physician send this device out to someone, take them off a wait list, and improve outcomes, either so they come off the wait list or so that when they get to specialty care, they're in better shape. So yes, that 3.4 now is to do the pivotal study based on the pilot data that we've just delivered to them.
That's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on that, Richard. And again, we are running short on time. We've got about a minute left. If you could tell people a little bit more about your experiences within the study realm and really some of the what you would recommend to a lot of the startups who are listening here today on what they should do when considering doing a study to show that they've got the evidence needed for either customer partnerships or venture capital partnerships.
Certainly, I would Happily do an hour on this topic because I love it. But first of all, pick the right partner. You guys at HITLAB did an amazing job for us in a very short time frame for data for NATO. Also work out what your ladder of credibility is. What is the easiest, cheapest, quickest next step up the credibility ladder you can do? Don't shoot straight from the RCT. But when you've started going up the ladder, then work from the other way around. Okay, what data do we need to get reimbursement? What data do we need to get from the FDA? And then work backwards from that to where you are. So understand your entire ladder from where you are to market, and then go up that ladder in the smallest, quickest, cheapest, fastest steps that you can, because everyone wants to see those incremental steps. So understand your ladder and then start from the bottom and go step by step really quickly.
That is fantastic. And again, I would really recommend that people get in touch with Richard on LinkedIn. He is one of, if not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to actually being able to gather evidence, gather funding, and keep his company moving on a nice 45-degree angle. 90-degree angle might kill you. So anyway, if you could, again, Richard, keep in touch with us. We're looking forward to having you back on and hopefully seeing you in December at the Digital Health Evidence Summit in Times Square. Until then, take good care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.